to the Rotary Club of Fort Worth. Today is a very special day as we celebrate the winners of the 2026 Richard L. Knight Rotary Minority Business Awards. We begin our meeting with the invocation given by Jeff Donahue, retired fire and safety professional, followed by the national anthem played by Harriet Harrell, CEO of the Harrell Group. Jeff?
Please pray with me. Loving God, we gather today as Rotarians, united in shared values of service, justice, compassion, and peace. We see so much need in our lives and in our community. We ask for much, that our families are healthy and safe, that we have the means to live well, that our health be strong and disease healed, that the hungry are filled, the homeless protected, that those grieving or lonely be comforted, and that conflict and animosity are resolved in our homes, our community, and around the globe. And while our askings are both many and profound, since the need is great, remind us of this one thing, that you, O God, should love us, and should do so in every second of our lives, even now and always. It's too much for us. We can't fully let it in. But when we glimpse your love, just let it in. We gain strength, we see hope, and experience your wisdom and peace. Loving Holy Spirit, fill our hearts and lead us to love what you love, to believe with devotion that we are never departed from your tender care and love. Always and everywhere you are with us, Lord God. In this springtime of beauty, warmth, and new life, may we watch for your handiwork, listen for your call, and sense your very presence. Guide us onto your path. Lord, the needs are many, so we are before you, O God, with hopeful hearts.
Once so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb's bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Jeff and Harriet. Please be seated. Here to welcome our guest is Maddie Compton, retired federal prosecutor. Maddie?
Good afternoon. If you are a guest today, would you please stand? All guests. On behalf of the Rotary Club of Fort Worth, we are delighted to have you here on this very special occasion. Welcome.
Thank you, Maddie. I join her in welcoming everyone to today's meeting. We're so happy to have everyone here today as we recognize these outstanding businesses. I hope you enjoy today's program. Here to begin our celebration is our chairman of the day, Rosa Maria Berdeja, principal, the law offices of Rosa Maria Berdeja, and the chairman of the Richard L. Knight Rotary Minority Business Awards Committee. Rosa?
Hello, hello. It's been an honor to chair this year's awards committee, and a few years ago, I actually received an award myself, which included a complimentary one-year membership to Rotary. That's right, an entire year of free lunch at the Fort Worth Club. That's even better than that one time we won a year's supply of Bluebell ice cream, right, babe? And each week, I eagerly attended the lunches, promising myself that I was only going to do salad that day, and then piling my plate with everything but. And while stuffing my face, I found myself building friendships and leaving inspired by our great guest speakers. In time, I fell in love with it, and somewhere along the way, I became a Rotarian at heart. This experience motivated me to join the Richard L. Knight Rotary Minority Business Awards Committee, as I wanted others to enjoy the same opportunities that I had. I wanted everyone to discover just how incredible Rotary can be. Yes, a true Rotary pusher. And that year, Richard chaired the committee, and I had the incredible privilege of learning from him. He loved Rotary very much. Nobody was a bigger Rotary pusher than Richard. He'd be pleased to know that today, 4 more will embark on their own Rotary journey. And I can't wait for them to know everything that I know about how great Rotary is. And now I have the honor of introducing today's MC. Deborah Ferguson co-anchors NBC5 Today weekday mornings from 5 to 7 a.m. She joined NBC5 in 1991. And throughout her career, she has been an award-winning journalist, including the prestigious Edward R. Murrow Award. Outside the newsroom, she spends her time at community and charitable events, especially those focused on empowering girls through education. Deborah is a graduate of TCU and started at NBC5 as a college intern. She joined the staff just a few years later. Please help me welcome today's MC, my friend, Deborah Ferguson.
Isn't she just the sweetest, kindest pusher you ever met? And I can attest that she was talking about how she would fill her plate, you know, thinking, I'm just going to get salad, and then she'd fill her plate. I'm sitting right next to her. She has gotten way past the salad days. Just kidding, Rosa. It looks beautiful on you. Yes, probably your only meal you're going to get all day. So eat up, eat up. Thank you very much to Rosa and the committee for asking me to be back here with you once again on this just very special day in the history of the Rotary Club, a day that we celebrate some of the best Fort Worth has to offer. I'm delighted to welcome each of you, all of you, to the 2026 Richard L. Knight Minority Business Awards. It's an event that honors Fort Worth minority businesses that have demonstrated the core elements of the Rotary 4-way test through leadership, community engagement, and outstanding business practices. This year, the awards have expanded and now include a new category of emerging minority leader. This is an award that recognizes and honors an outstanding emerging minority leader who has demonstrated exceptional leadership, innovation, and commitment within their profession and community. The namesake of today's program is our dear friend Richard L. Knight, who was a member, as Rosie said, of this Rotary Club and who previously chaired this event. 2 years ago, we lost him unexpectedly, but of course, his spirit still lives through this annual award ceremony. Richard himself was a small business owner and often reminded that small businesses are the backbone of the U.S. economy and major creators of jobs in local economies. For those of you who knew Richard, and I know there are many of you, you also know he was never shy around a camera, totally enjoyed the spotlight, found himself in it and loved it. So from Richard, as we play this video excerpt from 2022 about how the Rotary Minority Business Awards came to be and the impact it's had.
The Minority Business Awards was a fantastic event and celebration.
In 2020, our club decided to create a series of discussions called Courageous Conversations to address the racial tensions that we knew existed within our community. We wanted these discussions to be direct, and we wanted to involve people like the NAACP, like LULAC, and other civic and community leaders so that we could find out directly what's involved in the issues that are impacting our community.
Out of these courageous conversations, we identified a major problem facing the minority business community. They just didn't have access to the Fort Worth business community as a whole, making it difficult to build those organic business relationships.
We decided to create a values-based awards program that would honor and highlight the excellent minority businesses within our community.
We'd utilize marketing, promotion, exposure to bring attention to the minority businesses and to our club through the award ceremony.
We believe Rotary's focus on relationships was a way to bring the business community together so that goodwill and friendships could be formed.
Mayor Parker presented each finalist with a plaque. They had their pictures taken with the mayor. In addition, each of the top 3 finalists got a professional marketing video that was debuted during the award celebration. People were buzzing, lots of talk. You could tell that this was a major, noteworthy event that people were excited about.
And the buzz and the excitement continues now as we officially welcome you to the 6th annual Richard L. Knight Rotary Minority Business Awards Program. As we get ready to recognize our outstanding local minority-owned businesses, we want to review the Rotary's famous test that serves as the foundation for this organization. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? I think more businesses. So did you get a word wrong there? Is that okay? I have a script. I can read it all. Just did I get a word wrong? I may have read the script wrong. All right. Rosa Marie talked about how she was pleased to be the chair of the committee. Of course, it takes a lot of hard work to bring this event together. Would everyone who is part of this committee stand as I read your names? The committee chair, Rosa Maria Berteja. Past President Carla Capua, who's not here with us today. Immediate past committee chair, Sam Renz. Linda Lopez, Johnny Anderson, Benjamin Robertson, Shavoyd Hamilton, Tim Halden, Samir Vaidya, Brenda Beveridge, Avery Salisbury. Thank you so much. And now we'd like to take a few moments, a couple of moments, to hear from the presenting sponsor, last year's first place Rotary Minority Business Award winner, Benson Farghese of Farghese, Somerset.
Hi, my name is Benson Varghese, and I'm sorry I can't be with you this afternoon. To understand why I'm not there in person with you requires a deeper understanding of what the Minority Business Award has meant for me. Last year, as I gave my acceptance remarks, I talked about what this award meant for someone who was born in India, is a first-generation American, and has been embraced by the Fort Worth community and the downtown Rotary. We're in a special place of growth in an environment where you have such a supporting network of people both in the Rotary and in our business community. What I didn't know at the time I was giving my remarks is that some of our downtown Rotary members were also members of the Fort Worth Forum. The Fort Worth Forum is an organization of individuals who are committed to improving the trajectory of Fort Worth into the future. Those members, including past President Carlo, asked me if I would consider being on the board of the Fort Worth Forum. So I was able to get involved with another organization deeply involved and committed to the improvement of Fort Worth. And because of that, I was also invited to join them in Toronto, where I'll be at the time of this year's award, and the reason I can't make it. So to me, the Minority Business Award has been something that has continued to help me make a positive impact into the community. Thank you to the Rotary, thank you to the Knight family, and everyone who has been involved. Congratulations to whoever ends up being this year's winner.
If you're wondering where Carlo is, he's in Toronto too. They're hanging out together with some fantastic people. But again, thank you to Benson Farghese for his remarks, and also to Farghese Somerset for your very generous support of this event today. Today's program happens, of course, with generous support from all of our sponsors. I will go through the names. Applaud if you want. It's not going to slow me down, because I know we have until 1 o'clock, right? We are on the clock. Our patron sponsors, Michael Wallman, UTA Fort Worth, Michelle Krim, Dynamic Development Strategies, Jeff Postel, Postel Group, Mark Nurden, Huntington Bank, our patron sponsors. Our VIP sponsors, Bob Jameson, Visit Fort Worth, Rebecca Montgomery, Montgomery Strategies, Maddie Compton, Team Compton, Courtney Garner-Lewis, First Bank, Texas. That's good. If you're at her table, applaud her. That's yes, yes, yes. Our supporting sponsors, Mark Lucas Kelly, Harper and Lucas Funeral and Cremations, Joe Michaels, Solomon Bruce Consulting, Darren George, Mackenzie Easton and Associates, Bill Fairley, Fairley Wealth Management, Johnny Anderson, On to Spot Solutions, Samantha Renz, Involving Texas, Janet Hahn, Decker Jones, Attorneys and Counselors, Sam Jordan, Electroacoustics and Video, Rachel Marker Tate, Miller Knoll, and Derek Moffitt, Moffitt Financial Strategies. Put your hands together for all of them. All of today's award winners are businesses registered in the state of Texas. All are located in Fort Worth. At least 51% are minority-owned, managed, and controlled. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the judges who spent hours reviewing applications that came in this year. Fernando Casto, retired Fort Worth Assistant City Manager. Dr. Adrian Cantu, ACE Physio and Performance. Michelle Krim, Dynamic Development Strategies. Ed McGlynn, Champion Commercial Insurance Agency, and Crystal Galvan, MGT. Thank you so much for serving in a very important role. So now that we've gotten all that out of the way, it is time to recognize some of the best in Fort Worth. We'll start with the winner of the inaugural Minority Emerging Leader Award. This award, presented for the first time ever in 2026, recognizes and honors an outstanding emerging minority leader who has demonstrated exceptional leadership, innovation, and commitment, not just within their profession, but also our community. This year's winner was nominated by their boss, and I'll talk a little bit about what the boss said. Her leadership is rooted in legacy, purpose, and impact, inspired by her late mother, Cindy Ramos Davidson, who is a statewide advocate for small business and Hispanic communities. Today's winner founded the Ramos Davidson Rising Group to advance community-centered strategy and equity-driven partnerships. This work reflects her belief that leadership is both a responsibility and a tool, one that honors the past while intentionally building opportunity for future generations. Today's winner brings this same values-driven approach to every organization and community she serves. Those beautiful words of support were given by Susana Delgado Gray with Girls Inc. of Tarrant County, and she is talking about the 2026 Richard L. Knight Rotary Minority Emerging Leader Award recipient. Please welcome and congratulate Serena Davidson.
Wow, it's really hard not to cry today. As Deborah mentioned, I founded a small business late last year in honor of my late mother, Cindy Ramos Davidson, who I lost in June of 2025 to pancreatic cancer. And I'm actually standing before you all today as an ovarian cancer fighter. I just came straight from chemotherapy to here. So there is a lot of tough moments that have happened in the last 10 months. But when I look out at all of you guys and our Fort Worth community, it is nothing but love, nothing but support. And you truly can do amazing things in Fort Worth, Texas. And I know that. I've lived it, I see it, I dream it, I believe it. And it is just truly a remarkable honor to be here. And I have my dad with me, actually in town. He's on caretaker mode. Best wishes to him. I'm not easy to take care of. But he is doing a phenomenal job. And then my vice president, Miss Jamie Patrick, she's new to our team at the Girls Inc. Tarrant County, but she is absolutely amazing, and we have so much work to do for our youth in a full-time role, and I have so much growth to do from a business perspective as well. So thank you all so much.
One more hand, please, for Serena Davidson, our inaugural 2026 Emerging Minority Award leader. Mayor Parker, you have one thing to do today. There. All right, ladies and gentlemen, yes, our inaugural Emerging Minority Leader, Serena Davidson, alongside our Mayor, Maddie Parker. You know, Serena stood there and talked about her own personal health fight she's going through. You never know what the person beside you is experiencing. So a little kindness goes a long way. Thank you, Serena, for sharing that, and we wish you the very best. Now we move to our Minority Business Award winners. And in the video, Richard talked about it was just a buzz because we had the mayor with us presenting part of the award. She is with us again today. Thank you, Mayor Parker. This year, there were 65 outstanding businesses nominated for the chance to be here on stage getting one of these awards. 65 businesses who got that call to say, you've been nominated, validation that they are doing something right. So congratulations to all of the nominees. Out of 65, we have 3 winners who we'll introduce you to today. The third place winner, the second place winner, the first place winner. The Rotary Club of Fort Worth has produced a custom video for each of the top 3 finalists to use on their websites and social media pages. The videos are valued at $4,000 each. So, to the businesses in the room, if you see your business video up on the screen, scream all you want, that's fine. Take a moment to watch it, then come up and receive your award, your picture with Mayor Parker, and a few moments for some brief remarks from the podium. Got it? Okay. Our third place winner will receive a 1-year membership to the Rotary Club of Fort Worth, lunch dates for a year with Rosa Maria Berdeja and everybody else in the room. So let us now take a look at our third place winner.
My name is Gabby Garcia. I'm a licensed professional counselor supervisor, and my business is PSP Professional Services. We provide counseling services to our community, and our therapists are bilingual, and we work with children, adolescents, and adults. When I was in high school at Northside High School of Medical Professions, one of the things that always interested me was the mental health side of things. And I was fascinated by people's behavior, by the why people reacted differently to things. Mental health was not something that was talked about, and so that just kind of inspired a little bit more curiosity. And I noticed that a lot of people in the community would go to their primary care doctor because they were experiencing anxiety or depression or other mental health issues. And I thought it was interesting that they'd go to the doctor, not necessarily to a therapist or to a psychologist or someone else. At the time, there were not a whole lot of people in the area that were providing the services. As I was going through college and stuff, I thought I want to stay in the same community, and I wanted to give back to the area that, poured into me when I was growing up. When people walk into our space, we want them to feel relaxed. We want them to feel comfortable. I know that even making a phone call for therapy sometimes is scary. And so when people walk in the door, we want them to just feel at ease and know that it is a safe space for them and that we're here to help them. And they'll say things like, I've never told anyone this before. I already feel like it's a win because they are coming in here and they're going to be able to get something off their chest, and they're going to be able to process, and they're going to be able to get, what it is that they were looking for. In addition to providing the services, we also wanted to be able to go out to our community and do some community outreach so that people would even know what counseling is or what therapy is. One of our big partnerships is with Artes de la Rosa, Rosemarine Theater. The arts and mental health go hand in hand. And so we try to do events with them where we incorporate both mental health and using the arts as a coping skill. And then we like to do things even like going to our local coffee shop at Casa Azul and just being there and providing information. It's a non-threatening, it's a comfortable environment, and people are more prone to talk to us also about what we're doing. I've always had this image, and this is from earlier on, that a lot of times when people don't know what a counselor is, or that it's kind of scary, it could be kind of scary, but when they see you out in the community and you look like them and you're involved in different things, it's like, oh, they're human, it's just another human. Throughout our time, we noticed that there are people that need the services and they just don't have the resources to receive them. And although I'm a business owner, I'm a counselor at heart, and that's very difficult for me not to be able to provide a needed service. And so at that point, felt the right time to start our nonprofit. We didn't want finances to be a barrier for them. Part of our mission there was to be able to provide those services to our uninsured and underinsured community members. We are here for our clients. We are here it's about them. It's where are they in their journey, and how can we be a part of that healing journey for them?
Congratulations to PSP Professional Services, Inc., represented by Gabriela Garcia, the woman giving back to the community where she grew up.
Thank you so much. I always joke that I went into counseling because I'm a better listener than I am a speaker. And so being out here is definitely out of my comfort zone. But when I went into counseling, it was not something that we talked about comfortably. I'm glad to see that the shift has definitely been there, and that we are able to talk about mental health, and that people are more receptive to receiving it and to supporting it. Thank you all very much.
Congratulations to Gabby Garcia and PSP Professional Services. Our second place winner will also have a one-year membership to the Rotary Club of Fort Worth. Let us take a look at our second place winner.
My name is Hao Tran. I own House Grocery and Cafe. We're a local foods and Asian market. This idea of this store came to mind because I wanted to share the story of my food culture. And it was important to not only have the grocery side, but we offer cooking classes and dinners and experiences that kind of incorporates all these ingredients into an experience. When people come to House Grocery, I want them to feel like it's about them. They should really feel that they're amongst friends. They're gonna sit down, eat like family. When you go home in your mom's house, that's what I want you to feel. I mean, like, hey mom, add another plate, right? And she's happy to do it. I want their experience. I want their senses, whether something smells good or something tastes good. I want it to be about them rather than me. Food has been my love language, and giving back to people what I enjoy the most is what drives me to be here. House Grocery is a place where we invite people of all ages to come. We have kids cooking classes. We have 4-year-olds that come in the summer to learn how to make dumplings, and believe it or not, their little hands do a better job than adult hands. And every Saturday we bring in hundreds and hundreds of pounds of food, package it up, put it in a box, and give it away to anyone who is in need. My father, when we first immigrated here, he decided that since we were the first family to arrive in Arlington, that whatever we learned, he would share it with the subsequent families that come. So I think I got it from my dad, wanting to share that, because it kind of pays homage to him, that he would wanted us to do that, and to give back to the community that you live in. This idea came about because I really had a difficult time adjusting to my daughter's going off to college, and I didn't have anyone to cook for anymore. I put it all into food, putting it all into cooking, and it got me through it. It got me through after they left, and I get emotional about talking about it because it's the heart that drives me to be here. The payoff is so great. Knowing that someone is happy, someone is enjoying the food that you're making, and you're teaching someone to make something that they love to eat and they can share it with their own family.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Hal's Grocery and Cafe, represented by Hal Tron. Hal, make your way to the stage, please.
Well, that was the first time watching that video. I got a little choked up. Food is my love language. And Rosa, I haven't worn a suit in a long time. I'm about to bust my pants right now. Really, it all starts with parents, my parents. They made the ultimate sacrifice to be here in a country they didn't know. Brought 3 little kids with them and taught us the ethic of hard work. And food really drives our family. My father believed in sharing the table. He believed in inviting people to the table. And I want to be able to pay my homage to him for teaching me that. And plus, I had grandma, I had auntie, and I had, my culture to embrace. But Fort Worth has been my home for 40 years. I don't intend to go anywhere. I'm going to be right here in Fort Worth. My daughters are nearby, so I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for the Fort Worth community that's embraced the food that I serve and the culture that I share. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Hal Tron Grocery and Cafe. And now to our first place winner, receiving a 1-year membership to the Rotary Club of Fort Worth. Please turn your attention to the screens for our first place winner.
My name is Stay Hall, and I am the CEO of ISALT, which stands for Institute for Success and Leadership Training, and we provide executive coaching, workforce readiness, leadership development, and the foundation of everything that we do is going to be emotional intelligence and soft skills.
You know, in business, sometimes there's these ebbs and flows where all of a sudden it's all about the numbers, and all of a sudden it's all about the people. And during those times is why we can't bridge that and mesh that where it's always about the people. Because if you take care of your people, your numbers are going to come. I started talking to them about that, focusing on retention rates and things like that, trying to make sure I kept a strong team and finding out what drives people. And the biggest thing that drives people, we talk around emotional intelligence and soft skills.
People were getting jobs, getting promotions, starting businesses based on their hard skills, so those technical skills, that know-how, but losing their jobs and failing in businesses because of their lack of soft skills. And they didn't know how to communicate with others and how to bring that interpersonal side out of them. And so people, instead of getting closer together, it seemed like they were getting further and further apart. There was a gap there, and I wanted to help people be able to succeed fully, not only with those hard skills, but with their soft skills as well. So what we do is we give people the skills and tools that they need to reach the next level of success that they desire and deserve. So no matter where you are, whether you're someone who's just entering the workforce, we're going to help you with those interview skills, those interpersonal skills. We work on things as basic as handshakes, introducing yourself, and eye contact. And then there's also those executive and C-suite level workers who we're going to help them be the best leaders that they can be. We're going to help them be empathetic leaders, help them to be effective communicators.
We want to engage people. We want to make sure that we're doing the right things. You know, the first thing we got to do is be able to reach out and talk to people to try and make a difference. That's the only way you can find out who people are. You got to know them. And then you got to educate them. We try to educate our business customers and things like that to understand why it's important for it that we need to come in and talk about soft skills and emotional intelligence, team building, collaboration. And then we talk about educating, then we want to elevate. And once we elevate and empower, make sure they have the tools and things they need to be successful.
Not only are they learning skills and tools to help them reach their next level of success, it actually transforms them as a person and changes their mindset, which means now the people that they interact with have the opportunity to experience them differently, which then can also change their mindset. So it's a completely like trickle down type of effect. And the more soft skills we have, then that means the more peace we have, that means the more collaboration we have, which at the end of the day is going to be beneficial to all concerned. Outside of the work that we do with ISOL, we also work through our nonprofit, Empower EQ, and with that, we're able to give job training, resume writing assistance, interview skills to those high school seniors who may not have that direct path to college and need to go directly into the workforce from high school.
But our business, what we do is we can go to all over the state and we can provide these services to help get these kids ready for the workforce.
And so anything that we can do to make a positive impact on the place that we live and where we raised our kids and we're raising our grandchildren now, we're always going to be open and ready to do that.
And I love it when I run into people that we've been part of our class, especially just out, we call it out in the wild, and like, hey, you were so-and-so, I saw you guys came in and did a training, and man, I tell you, I really, and the president quotes something back to us that we said. And it's always so feels so, yeah, okay, we are out here making a difference.
I always tell people, once you work with me, we're connected for life. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where you don't know quite what to say or you don't know exactly how to respond, use the power of the pause and call stay, and I will walk you through it.
Congratulations to ISOF, the Institute for Success and Leadership Training, represented by Stay Hall.
Wow. Don't even know what to say, but the first word that comes to my mind is just grateful. So grateful. And from a girl who never knew how to talk to anybody and had no idea how to use my words, to now be that person representing for soft skills and emotional intelligence, it's poetic, actually. And I'm just so grateful to be able to do and serve in the community where I work, live, and play. And I tease all the time, people will ask me who don't know me, what do you do for a living? And I say, I teach people how to act. Because I truly believe that with clearer communication, better body language, better word choice, and my favorite, just the power of the pause, so many wrongs can be righted, so many misunderstandings will go resolved a lot quicker if we just take a moment and just choose our words and communicate with one another. And so it's just awesome to be able to share this with each one of you. I'm so honored, and it's just amazing. And then to have my family here, my sister and my nephew are here from Mobile, Alabama, my dad, my son, and of course my business partner, my husband. So many of you, and a special thanks to you, Mayor Parker, because I remember our conversation years ago when I said the city of Fort Worth needs to be soft skills certified. And you said, I like the way that sounds. So thank you for believing in me as well. So thank you all. This is just absolutely amazing. I appreciate you.
To Stay, to Hal, and to Gabby, congratulations to all of our 3 minority business winners. And did you see a theme in our winners? Oh, yeah, you did. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm looking. Okay, you did. Yes, you did. Did you? I don't know. Okay, all 3 were women. Okay, we all got that right. Thank you to the committee members and the volunteers that all made today possible, to Farkey Somerset and all the sponsors for your commitment to supporting local businesses. Special surprise, the Metro Report magazine will feature all of today's winners in this month's edition, so a little more publicity for all of you. The issue should be available online soon and then print copies next week, so look out of that and get your video, you get the online article, share, let everybody know you're out there, and we'll tell folks too. Thank you to Chavoyd and Angie Hamilton for your generosity and unwavering support of the Richard L. Knight Rotary Minority Business Awards. The videos you saw were produced by Avery Salisbury, given to each finalist for free to use in their marketing. So thank you very much, Avery Salisbury, for his great work on those videos. Yes, you can applaud. Thank you again to Mayor Maddie Parker for joining us once again at this very important hour. Thank you again for inviting me to join you as well and attending the 2026 Richard L. Knight Rotary Minority Business Awards. Small business make a huge difference, so support them wherever you can. And with that, I turn it back over to President Ann Sheets.
Thank you, Deborah, for emceeing the RLK Rotary Minority Business Awards again this year. As we close this meeting a little early, we have just a few short announcements. The Rotary Finance Committee will meet immediately following today's club meeting in Suite 305. Yes, the Tarrant Regional Water District Trash Bash is tomorrow. If you have volunteered, please meet tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. in the southwest corner of the Panther Island parking lot. Next week, our program will be U.S. Representative Craig Goldman, so I know you'll want to join us as he provides a congressional update. Thank you again to all of the nominees, our generous sponsors, the judges, the committees led by Rosa Verdeja, and to Mayor Maddie Parker and Deborah Ferguson for your continuing support. We really appreciate everyone. And finally, congratulations to our 4 winners, Serena Davidson, Gabriela Garcia, Hal Tron, and Stay Hall. We are very proud of you and happy to have made these presentations. Those 4 of you, please come to the front after we adjourn so we can get a group photo. Thank you all for being here. Have a great weekend. Our meeting is adjourned.